Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Aqueduct Racetrack here on Saturday. It is the 25th of March, 2023. Gonna look at the fifth race from Aqueduct, but before I get on to that, remember to please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5 for more selections for race courses around the world, and I meet it around the world. Remember to join me today for my, Fairgrounds preview, Turfway preview, Maidan preview. Next week, tomorrow for my Sunland Derby preview. It's an excellent week of racing. The next few weekends are absolutely great. So just join me. Today's card from Aqueduct, you have the claiming series for the winter horses, and I think it's a good card. We're going to look at this fifth race, but keep in mind it's going to absolutely pour again here in New York, so it's going to be a nice sloppy day. But let's look at the fifth race from Aqueduct, which is the stud Muffin starter allowance. It's a starter allowance race going for a $75,000 purse race for 4-year-olds and upwards. Never started for a claim price $25,000 or less in 2022 or 2023. Field of 8 horses heading to the main track. The distance of ground here of 2,200 meters, if you want to go by that, or the distance of ground of 1.3 miles on the Aqueduct main track. 2,200 meters, 1.3 miles. And a distance they don't run a lot here at Aqueduct. I think this is the only time of year they really run it on dirt. I like it. I think they should run more of them. Something I have noticed, they have been carting a lot more long distance races here at Aqueduct over the winter, this past winter, which I quite like. Hopefully they keep the trend going throughout NYRA as the year goes on. I'm still waiting for that Belmont condition book, so maybe they'll card more there. But my top selection, I'm going to go with the number 5 horse, locally owned. Let's go 5167 in the superfecta. 5167 super, top selection of 5 horse, locally owned. Several going by Distorted Humor. Tom Morley trains this one. Gets Tours up in the saddle here. The horse's most recent outing came the 19th of February here at Aqueduct. Mile 316, Synopsis 6-2 claimer, and the horse finished 5th by 5.5 lengths. He just kind of stalked that day. He had the lead. Curlin's Wisdom, who's a better horse, just had the jump on him late, but he ran his heart out there. Refreshing here, slowing it down on the front, and I think I would like to see this horse be a little closer. I think he get the trip to win. 2 back on the mud, 20th of January at Aqueduct, mile in the 8th, and optional 6-2. He finished 3rd by 6.25 lengths that day. He was very wide, and he just, he needed something more. I think the winner just stalked, basically walked in the front of that afternoon. And then mid-December at Aqueduct, mile 8th in a Star Lounge race. He finished 2nd by half a length that day. He stalked. I like how he's a little into it early on. He just missed late, but again, he ran his heart out there. And then prior to that at Aqueduct, 1 mile Star Lounge race, 20,000, finished 5th by 10.5 lengths that day. And, didn't have the best beginnings, which cost him that day. He has won over the longer trip. He actually won the Grand Prix American Jockey Club at Belmont in September 2021 at a mile 5 furlongs, winning by a length that day, coming from a tracking position. He beat the stablemate Lone Rock that day, who just didn't fire, but Lone Rock fired next start out in the Thoroughbred Aftercare Alliance race. After that, this horse ran that Thoroughbred Aftercare race where he finished 5th. Came back to run an okay 3rd in last year's flat out on the slop, and then then a very disappointing run in the Brooklyn. But back to longer trip again here today. I think he has the speed to win. I think another horse, it wouldn't surprise me if he walks in the front, and would be the 1 horse Good Skate for Mike Maker and Manny Franco. Last time out on the 26th of February here at Aqueduct, going 1.25 miles in a lounge race, he won by 3.5 lengths, and he basically walked in the front end. He quickened up nicely and went away with it. That was a very good race, earning a 90 buyer. Prior to that, at the end of January, mile 8th in the lounge race at 82,000. He finished 2nd by 4.5 lengths that day. Not the best beginnings, but again, he was closing up well late. Then claimed 35,000 in early January over the 7 furlongs, winning by 7.75 lengths. Again, a very good race. His buyers have been going up the scratch. Getting the extra furlong from the last race shouldn't be a problem. Again, it wouldn't surprise me if he gets the job done. And also the 6 horse Healing. Most recently made a start at Gulfstream on the turf course, going a mile and claiming 50 a couple of weeks ago, where he finished 6th by 6.5 lengths that day, and he just never really showed up. But his dirt races aren't half bad. He won here in November, going a mile and 8 quite nicely and claiming 25,000 from a tracking position. He's going to a longer trip. I'll give him a shot. But one thing is, I would like to see him sit closer, like in the November race here at Aqueduct. But to recount my selection for the 5th from Aqueduct, it is the stud Muffin. Let's take the 5 horse locally owned. Give kudos to the 1 horse Good Skate and the 6 horse Healing. 5167 super, 516 to end off this early pick 4. So good luck to all. Please follow me on Twitter at Horse Racing Kit 5. Good luck, everybody.